Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good day, good morning, wherever you are right now. This is your boy again, Bulletin, your boy, father, uncle, and brother. I'm here to talk to you about the trending news right now in Nigeria. It's concerning the EFCC acting chairman, Ibrahim Magu. You understand that the EFCC is supposed to be the 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 most highest, or should I say, not the most, but the highest uh, credible body in Nigeria. This organization is called the Economic and Finance uh, Commission. They are supposed to uh, help scrutinize the nation, help fight corruption, and make sure that the economic situation of the country is really up to standard. But right now, what's going on? The chairman, or rather the acting chairman, I don't know why he should be on acting position for over a year, first of all, but let's leave that aside. He was appointed as acting chairman for over a year now. This guy has been doing a great job bringing people to prosecution, recovering loots from politicians, and so on and so forth. But we are hearing right now that he is being arrested and indicted, is being probed for corruption. So one may ask, is this the case of fighting corruption and corruption fighting back? Yeah, I think this is the case right now. Magu is being not yet prosecuted, but is being probed for the fact that they say, according to the panel set up by the president, that he has not been returning full-fledged loots recovered from uh, politicians and other people that they have prosecuted so far. And so some say that this is a kind of a power play. They are sort of like wanting to indict him and take him out so they can have their way. Some say he is guilty of the charges against him. But right now, the president hasn't actually said something solid, but the president only said that no one is above scrutiny, even the office of the presidency. I give him kudos for that, though. But I just hope that what's going on right now is for real. Is for real. So we don't know much right now, but I promise I'm going to give you updates as time goes on. I just want you to watch this news and get yourself feeded somehow with some updates. God bless you. Bye. Just in case, though, if you have not subscribed to my channel, just press the subscribe button and also the notification just in case I know the new video. You'll be the first to know.
All right, we're starting with our coverage on the travails of the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, who is still at the presidential villa.
Yeah, Mr. Magu, who was stopped in traffic as he left the EFCC office in Wuse area of Abuja on Monday and directed to head to the presidential villa, had been undergoing questioning from a presidential panel.
According to available information, as soon as he arrived at the presidential villa, his lawyer, Rotimi Oyedepo, also joined him there. Feelers have it that Magu is being questioned over a memo by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, to President Muhammadu Buhari, accusing the Efcc boss of a plethora of offenses.
And this position was confirmed by the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption in a statement on Monday. And the statement was signed by one of its members, Professor Femi Odekunle. Now, he said in part, and I quote, that again, we cannot forget Malami's demand of certain high-profile case files from Magu, which the latter has been resisting. Now, the position of PACAC is that while Magu of any official of whatever status must be nailed if found to be corrupt, the president must be careful not to shoot its anti-corruption fight and modest achievements in the foot, and not to forget that EFCC under Magu has been the administration's anti-corruption poster face, end of quote.
Well, joining us via Skype from Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, is lawyer Inibehe Effiong. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, it seems that Ibrahim Magu, since 2015, has been fighting for some sort of survival with one issue or the other. Talk to us your position with regards to recent developments, especially his questioning at the presidential villa.
Well, I'm a bit troubled by the development that we have witnessed in the last 24 hours. You know that Mr. Mako had remained as the acting chairman of the commission for close to 4 to 5 years. And this has been so despite the change in leadership of the Senate. I'm making that point to underscore the fact that what happened yesterday is basically a climax of a running battle that has been ongoing between what looks like a faction or certain elements within the presidency and Mr. Mako. It is also on record that the Attorney General of the Federation has not had a smooth relationship with the chairman of the EFCC. We have witnessed a situation where the Attorney General, in very suspicious and uncomfortable circumstances, have discontinued cases being prosecuted in court by the EFCC. We have also seen that the part of the executive, specifically the state secretary reports, which in their opinion were incriminating of the acting chairman of the EFCC. So when yesterday we read reports that Mr. Mako had been arrested or had been taken before the investigative panel, one would have wondered why the investigative panel had to resort to physically arresting him at the traffic on the road, invited him by phone or sent a letter.
Inibehe, are you there?
Corruption to be pursued objectively. Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay.
That as long as we want the anti-corruption fight of the federal government to be pursued vigorously, the chairman of the EFCC should not be seen to be above or.
Okay, we seem to be having a challenge with the connectivity there, but certainly we'll try to fix that as we get along. Now, one of the concern that a lot of Nigerians have is the manner this is carried out. Mm-hmm. The point there is, EFCC reports to the presidency directly. It's an agency. Mm-hmm. The DSS reports to the presidency. These are all agencies under the presidency. Now, the point there is we've seen a situation where there was a face-off. I think about a few years ago, there was a face-off between DSS on one hand and EFCC officials on the other.
With regards to a particular memo.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So one wonders, is government working at cross purposes, or shouldn't there be a standard as to who handles what, and then even if anyone, because nobody is above the law, not even the president.
None at all.
So the point there is, when there is a process of inviting someone for questioning, what should it be? Instead of going in a command style.
Inibehe might be in the
exactly.
to explain that to us. He's back on now.
I think he's back on now. Inibehe, the concern a lot of Nigerians have, now from the headlines we saw, Some said EFCC chairman was arrested. Others said, no, he was only invited. Whether anyone happens is just the semantics of it. But what concerns do you have from the way at which commando style of arresting some officials of government sometimes? Shouldn't there be a procedure of handling these issues?
Well, ordinarily, because of the position that Mr. Marco is occupying, it is not plausible, it is not tenable to say that they were unable to reach him. The chairman of the EFCC is one of the easiest person that can be contacted. So why they had to resort to this commando style of, getting him to appear before the panel is what I don't understand. Because as far as I'm concerned, they could have just simply delivered a letter to his office. So what I see is a clearly orchestrated attempt to embarrass him, which also presupposes that there are very powerful interests that want Mr. Marco to be removed. But we must also not fail to make the point that this embarrassing episode has persisted because the president of the country has not taken responsibility for the dysfunction in his government. When you have the chairman of an agency that is under the supervision of the president being indicted by another agency, under the supervision of the same president, and we must also ask the question, how come that even with the change in leadership in the Senate, which is now under Mr. Lawan and being led by the APC, the president did not resubmit the name of Mr. Marco for confirmation as a substantive chairman of the EFCC. So what you clearly see is government dysfunction, which is why the president must take responsibility for what is happening. And you also have the Attorney General of the Federation playing, an interesting part in what is happening. That the AGF went on record to issue a report which is said shows that Mr. Marco was complicit in certain things. So the point is this: if ultimately Mr. Marco is exonerated or is retained in his position, the sensible thing that we expect the Attorney General, Mr. Malami, to do is either for him to resign in protest if he has any honor, or for him to be seen that he had clearly lied to the public. Because if he did not lie to the public and he refuses to resign if Mr. Marco at the end of the day retains his position, it clearly undermines the credibility and integrity of his office. So I expect that the president will look at the matter objectively and determine whether it is in the national interest for the leadership of the EFCC to remain in the hand of Mr. Marco, or whether it is necessary to have a fresh president. But we must not fail to mention that the Attorney General is not a saint. He has clearly undermined the activities of the EFCC under Mr. Marco. He has discontinued cases against chieftains of the APC and other persons, which clearly undermines the war against corruption. So if the Attorney General battle.
All right, Inibehef Young, we'll leave the conversation here now. Thank you so much for speaking with us.